Acoustic in Small Cities, and AI Regulation, an Italian Perspective. The Transnational Working Group on Artificial Intelligence and Disruptive Technologies is part of the World Federalist Movement that seeks to establish legal and political authority in world institutions to deal with problems which can only be treated adequately at the global level while affirming the sovereignty of the nation states in matters which are essentially internal. The mission of the Transnational Working Group on AI is to help to bring about effective global governance of AI and other disruptive technologies, capable of managing both the risk and opportunities associated with these technologies. This group brings together experts from around the world, including Argentina, Belgium, Canada, Netherlands, Switzerland, United States, and United Kingdom. It meets electronically, so anyone from around the world can participate. If you are interested, you can contact the Transnational Working Group email. I will put the contacts on the chat, so you can contact us, and the social media also on the screen. Now I am pleased to present a friend from Italy, Giuseppe Ciaburro. He holds a PhD in environmental technical physics, a master's degree in chemical engineering, and a master's degree in acoustic and noise control. He works at the Built Environmental Control Laboratory from the Università, degli Studi della Campania, Luigi Vanvitelli. He's an expert in acoustic and noise control using AI to analyze and visualize evolution. Giuseppe has wide experience in teaching professional computer courses dealing with e-learning as an author. And he's currently researching machine learning applications in acoustic and noise control. He was recently included in the World Top 2 Scientists list by Stanford in 2022. Giuseppe, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Camilla. Okay, I introduce my work. The city of the future are intelligent, but the future is an eternal present. And so without realizing it, we find ourselves today talking about smart cities as a current topic. The intelligence of cities is implemented through the diffusion of technological devices, sensor and infrastructure that make it possible to connect objects and people and make services and activity more efficient. A smart city is a city where the quality of the life is better, the environment is preserved, mobility is sustainable and efficient, where new governance and economic models are tested, where citizens are put first and directly involved in different processes. Technological development, therefore, is not the goal of a smart city, but a fundamental tool for achieving results. But technology can also be a very useful tool for making cities safer. So it happens that smart cities are transformed into safe cities. Technologies can also become a useful tool for increasing local security through remote control, advanced communication, and constant monitoring. Sensors, IoT application, telecommunication networks, infrastructure are tools that allow us to manage crisis situations, but also to prevent catastrophic conditions. Effective risk management and then of the crisis has the benefit of protecting people, asset infrastructure, and also guarantee continuity in provision of services. The power of provided by ICT infrastructure to public safety is beyond doubt. However, a city heavily dependent on all aspects of technology has risk of sabotage that can disable much public services and good performance in general. Therefore, public safety must also ensure that the community of technological future through good infrastructure protection ICT. ICT facilities should include a city security system combined with environmental monitoring, traffic control, perimeter security, access control and other functions, cloud-based large-scale data storage, intelligent video analytics, biometric technology, integrated video analytics platform, data, increasing bandwidth to support a broad range of security applications. The great diffusion of technology in management of smart cities has resulted in a vulnerability to cyber attacks. The massive use of technologies for the management of services could cause considerable damage in the event of cyber attack. So if the one hand technology is a way to make our city safer, on the other hand, it exposes them to another type of risk. This is why it is essential to invest both in IT security and in privacy security. In fact, cybersecurity is one of the fields in which a lot of work is being done, trying to promote the security of every device connected to the network, especially in public sphere. For the management of all these intelligent services, it is necessary to have equally intelligent tools. This is where artificial intelligence comes to the rescue. The simultaneous connection of the hundreds of sensors and management of big data are tasks that AI-based algorithms have proven to deal with effectively and efficiently. Furthermore, the use of AI makes it possible to automate all the control procedures that would otherwise be the responsibility of the people through repetitive and alienating work that is certainly not suitable for human intelligence. In fact, due to their repetitive nature, these work are characterized by a high degree of error if performed by human beings. In other cases, however, these procedures are not suitable for human use due to the need to operate in multidimensional environments that are not exactly suited for our ability to perceive. The ability shown by AI-based algorithm to identify patterns in data structure make them a valid tool for machine management and big data analysis. In a smart city, where large network of sensors are used, it is necessary to have tools capable of managing large flow of information automatically. Furthermore, it becomes crucial to have tools capable of dealing with possible emergency deriving from an interruption in the provision of service. Last but not least, it is essential to use AI to improve the security of computer systems that we have seen become vulnerable to possible cyber attacks, given the great use of technologies. After seeing what challenges we can face with the help of AI, let's move on to making practical cases of using AI for the security of smart cities. These are studies that I have personally curated and implemented. These are applications where acoustic sensors are used for data collection and AIs are used to extract knowledge from the data. The reason for using acoustic sensor is due to the fact that often the eye are not able to see everything. On the other hand, if we have 5 senses, there will be a reason. Then there are contexts in which listening becomes more effective than sight, or at least from the synergy of information coming from the different channels, it is possible to obtain a more detailed global vision. This is what scientists call synesthesia. Having a range of information that is not limited only to vision can provide us with the tools necessary to identify possible threats or to predict possible emergency scenarios. Furthermore, the use of listening is necessary where vision is not possible due to the visual obstacles or in cases where it is precisely the sound stimulus that identify the source of danger. As we know, almost all dangerous situations are associated with acoustic emission that suitable sensor and intelligent tool can identify in an adequate and timely manner. Furthermore, the availability of low-cost acoustic sensor has made them particularly convenient in the design of an automatic detection system for sound event. Let me introduce the first case study, improving smart city safety using sound event detection based on deep neural network algorithm. This work was published. In recent years, security in urban areas has gradually assumed a central position, focusing increasing attention on citizen, institution, and political forces. Security problems have a different nature. To name a few, we can think of the problem deriving from citizen mobility, then move on to microcrime, and end up with the ever-present risk of terrorism. Equipping a smart city with an infrastructure of sensors capable of alerting security managers about a possible risk becomes crucial for the safety of the citizen. The use of drones to manage citizen needs is now widespread to highlight the possible risk to public safety. These risks were then increased using these devices to carry out terrorism attacks in various places around the world. Detecting the presence of drones is not a simple procedure, given the small size and the presence of only rotating pairs. This study presents the result of studies carried out of the detection of the presence of drones in outdoor, indoor, urban sound environments. For detection of drone, sensors capable of measuring the sound emitted by drone and algorithm based on deep neural network capable of identifying the spectral signature then were used. The result obtained suggests the adoption of this methodology for improving the safety of smart cities. The goal of this work was to develop a procedure to detect the presence of drone in a complex urban acoustic scenario. This procedure is proposed as a safety tool in a smart city using acoustic sensor that detect the acoustic signal of outdoor environment in real time. The detected acoustic signal is used as input by a system based on the use of convolutional neural network, which identify the presence of drones. The detection of an event activates an alert which notify the security force of a possible case of danger and identify its location. For the model training, audio recordings were made in front of a primary school during the period when children leave school. At this stage, there are many parents who await the exit of the children to bring them home. It is a scenario where people's safety is put to the test. Possible attacker could cause panic and create a situation of extreme danger, also considering the presence of children. In this scenario, a control system based on audio recording could significantly improve the security of smart cities. The recording relating to two scenarios were collected: ambient noise from the crowd and ambient noise from the crowd with the drone turned on. The recordings were made with a high-quality portable recorder, Zoom H6 ND recorder, with a 2-channel microphone. A radio-controlled quadcopter was used. Two types of future extraction were made. A first approach involved the use of bank-of-band pass filters that allow us to cut frequencies outside a certain range. We use a filter in 1/3 octave band, which return equivalent level of linear sound pressure at specific intervals. We then decide to extract a spectrogram of the recorded sound. A spectrum is the representation of a sound using a diagram. The need to use a spectrogram is due to the limit of the spectrum, which does not highlight the moment in which frequency variation occur. Convolutional neural networks are applied for management data characterized by a grid topology. CNN focuses local reports on adjancent structures that appear in data. These processes of knowledge extraction take place through adaptive learning of patterns that start from the bottom to reach the highest level. CNN are widely used in machine vision for object recognition. From the experiment result, we had the following conclusion. The characterization of the acoustic emission of the drone highlighted 3 tonal components, 2 at low frequency and 1 at high frequency. From a comparison between the measures of the environmental noise emitted during the 2 scenarios, it is comparable. This confirms that the ambient noise in such scenarios is so complex that it is not possible to distinguish between the different acoustic sources, at least in time domain. The comparison between the frequency spectra of the 2 scenarios shows that the 5008 tonal component is a descriptor capable of discriminating between the 2 scenarios. This result is evident in the spectrum of the measures. A classification system based on CNN is proven capable of identifying the presence of drone with a high accuracy. Sound that identify dangerous situations are detected to trigger an automatic alert that draws surveillance attention to that area. CNN require calculations which are expensive since it is an image processing process. This problem can be overcome with better hardware processing that take advantage of the graphic processing unit. The recognition system of a dangerous situation proposed in this work requires the intervention of surveillance operators to verify the alarm signal. Therefore, the procedure is not fully automated. The latter limit can be overcome by integrating the recognition of the image detected by the video cameras in the proposed classification system. Finally, the procedure used in this study can be extended to other sound sources to identify specific sound in work or social life context, in which the identification of possible risk for users become difficult with traditional technologies. We now turn to the second case study. Sound event detection is in underground parking garage using convolutional neural network. Parking is a crucial element in urban mobility management. The availability of the parking areas make it easier to use a service determining its success. Proper parking management allows economic operators located nearby to increase their business revenue. Underground parking areas during off-peak hours are uncrowded places where user safety is guaranteed by company overseers. Due to large size, ensuring adequate surveillance will require many operators to increase the cost of parking fees. To reduce cost, video surveillance systems are used, in which an operator monitors many areas. However, some activities are beyond the control of this technology. In this work, a procedure to identify sound event in underground garage is developed. The aim of the work is to detect sound, identifying dangerous situations, and to activate an automatic alert that draws the attention of surveillance in that area. To do this, the sound of the parking sector were detected with the use of sound sensors. These sounds were analyzed by a sound detector based on convolutional neural network. The procedure returned high accuracy in identifying a car crash in underground parking area. The problem of identifying audio event in an underground car park is highlighted for reasons related to security risk mitigation. These environments are often theaters of aggression or more simple of accident in which the need for immediate intervention by the rescue operator becomes crucial. The method involved the use of acoustic sensors that detect the acoustic signal of the parking area in real time. The detected acoustic signal is used as input by a system based on the use of convolutional neural network that identify the occurrence of a car crash. In the event of the detection, the attention of the surveillance operator is focused by activating an alert that displays the cameras of the video surveillance system of that area, and in case of emergency acknowledgement, it can notify the emergency services. The steps provided by the procedure are the real-time recording of signal with acoustic sensor, extraction of feature, training of the model based on convolutional neural network, and development of a CNN-based crash car detector. If a car crash is detected, then an alert is raised, which activates the parking surveillance operator. The recording covered several acoustic scenarios representative of the sound that are produced inside an underground car park, the sound produced by people moving to and from air were recorded, noise of heels on the pavement, drag of shopping carts, conversation between people, scream of children. Subsequently, the noise produced by the car were recorded in the common maneuvering operation. Closing of the car doors, maneuver for the occupation of the parking stall, movement of the car in the lane in search of a free stall, passage of the car of the access ramp to the compartment sector, finally noises from the air circulation system were recorded. Furthermore, recording of combination DC noises were made in order to better represent the real situation. A total of 150 audio tracks of around 1 minute duration were recorded. This procedure can be used to enrich modern indoor video surveillance system by simply adding a microphone to the cameras. A CNN-based system will then be able to identify an audio event and issue an alert that will focus the surveillance operator attention of the parking sector. Let me show now the future application of my study. I'm working on two projects essentially. Vehicle type sound detection based on deep learning. This work regarding another time the parking, especially in large cities. Parking represents a factor with a great impact on the flow of traffic and on the level of stress of people in the search for a free space. As the number of vehicles on the road grow, the problem of space shortage gets bigger and bigger. This problem can lead people to leave their cars in a parking place, such as electric car charging station. The identification of the type of vehicle maneuvering near a parking space used as a recharging point for electric vehicle assume importance for the purpose of the optimal management of the infrastructure for recharging electric vehicles. In order to allow an adequate service, it is necessary that the stall is free from possible cars parked erroneously in the space reserved for this activity. With a view to automated management of services, it is desirable that a charging station is equipped with an automatic system for detecting the type of vehicle, which can generate an alert in the event that a non-electric vehicle approaches the stall. The purpose of this study is the development of an automatic system for recognizing the type of vehicle that occupies a charging point for electric cars. Sound recording of car maneuvering at the electric car charging point were used to train a classification model based on convolutional neural network. Initially, it was decided to collect as many sound recordings as possible of vehicle maneuvering to occupy a stall, taking care to collect an almost identical number of events for two available classes, electric vehicle, non-electric vehicle. Subsequently, these sound events were weakly labeled and the features necessary for training the CNN-based model were extracted. Finally, so far unused sound events were exploited for the evaluation of the model performance. Another project I'm developing concerns an automatic home security system based on sound event detection using deep learning method. Many of the operations that take place in domestic environment require supervision by the occupant who must follow the entire process. For example, the cooking of food or cleaning of the room. The need to optimize times often suggests that we carry out several operations at the same time, with the risk of forgetting to attend a specific operation with the consequent failure of the process. Think of the risk of leaving a saucepan on the stove or leaving a tap open. In the first case, there is the risk of developing a fire, while in second, there is the risk of flooding. Who among us hasn't been haunted by the doubt of having left the stove or the fountain open after leaving the house alone? In these cases, since there is no one who can remedy the problem in good times, problem areas which, if not adequately addressed, can cause serious damage to property and people. In this study, sound events typical of domestic environment were first detected with the use of low-cost acoustic sensors. These recordings were subsequently processed for the extraction of the characteristics. These data were sent to CNN for the detection of sound event, potential risk for the safety of people and things, in the case of unattended domestic environment. Okay. Let us now take a cue from the proposed survey to think about the ethical aspect that the use of AI inevitably brings about. The first question is, do you support the regulation of AI? Obviously, yes. Just like an innovative technology that aims to change people's lives, there must be adequate discussion of this aspect. In my opinion, it is necessary that there is someone who reminds us what problem can arise from the indiscriminate use of AI. A place where you can discuss possible problems and possible solutions. Second question, do you believe that there should be oversight of that regulation at global level? Also, in this case, my answer is affirmative. Coordination between the different countries is crucial to pursue a common goal, which is that of the well-being of humanity. Unfortunately, in the world too often different point of view from which problems are approached create tragedies. Third question, what are the key aspects of AI that you consider most need to be governed at the global level? Obviously, weapons represent main topic that should be regulated globally. Although I think it is the most difficult to govern. On this occasion, I take the opportunity to affirm my top reaction of the use of weapons. I am a man of peace, and I think that dialogue can always resolve any disagreement between the parties. If there were more people who would talk like this, the world would be a better place to live. Finally, let me first thank the moderator Camila Lopez Badra for her intelligence, real intelligence, not artificial intelligence, and for having identified some very interesting topics. I also want to thank the Transnational Working Group for the valuable contribution they are making to the topic by promoting a very useful activity. Obviously, I thank all the people connected who have listened to me. I'm grateful to you, and I promise to listen to each of you for at least the same amount of time. We have a deal.
Thank you very much, Giuseppe. It is an honor for us to have you here and to know about your very interesting work and the examples that you made. I would like to open the floor for questions. If you have any question, you can write on the chat. I can see that we already have 2 questions. So I'm going to read it. The first one says, what do you think about the accessibility of AI? What do you think it is important that the advantage offered by AI are for everyone and not just for big companies?
Okay, good question. Yes. For me, is a crucial topic for the future of humanity. Today, there are some large companies that have invested huge research in the use of AI. For years, these companies have been collecting data on our habits that will allow them to obtain great benefit thanks to the use of AI. This advantage that they have now acquired, I think, will never be filled by other companies. It is therefore necessary for governments to impose that these tools are available to all. Only free access to this tool will allow us to benefit from technological innovation. Knowledge must be shared. Only in this way will everyone be able to effectively understand the great help that technology will provide us. If user provide data, which is the essential element for training the algorithm, it is right that the results are returned to them. So not only must user be informed, understanding in this way what is being done with the data, but it is also right that the result obtained can be used by everyone.
Very interesting. Do you think that there is a need to control the use of AI by users? What happens if we train AI on bad examples? What do you think?
AI is based on data. The closer the data is to reality, the closer the prediction will be to the expected one. In order to obtain correct prediction, therefore, the machine must be able to learn from all the possible options. It must know all the possible scenarios. If we provide the machine with only good examples, we are not representing reality. This implies that the system will not be able to provide effective results. Such algorithms have the ability to extract knowledge from data. To do it effectively, it is necessary to cover all real situations. Once the machine has acquired adequate experience, it will be the decision maker's task to establish for which use to exploit its potential. For example, this will be an activity to be regulated. An ethical protocol could be drawn up on the functioning of the system. This is, for example, what is narrated in the film Automated, in which robots help humans in repetitive jobs, following an operating protocol with only two rules. They cannot harm humans, and they cannot repair themselves. An operative protocol could be, for example, contain the rules to be followed.
Excellent. Thank you, Giuseppe. If anybody has more questions, of course, you can write on the chat. I will be continuing reading a question that Paz Hospital sent to us. She asked, do you believe that there is a real danger in the use of AIs? I am referring to the rumors that there have been about the possibility that AIs are sentient.
Yes, the possibility that AIs are sentient is just an illusion for now. This is because what we have managed to implement for now is only a weak AI. Weak AI realistically expect machine to simply simulate human intelligence. Weak AI creates systems that can perform successfully in some complex human function. It identify technological system capable of simulating some human cognitive function without overwhelm reaching the real intellectual capacity typical of man. For example, mathematical problem-solving program with which we develop functionality to solve problems or to enable machine to make decisions. In contrast, strong AI is based on the belief that machine can be intelligent. A strong artificial intelligence tries to reproduce through computer behavior from human one. In this case, we are talking about wise system. Some scientists even go so far as to say self-aware, which can therefore develop their own intelligence without emulating through processes or cognitive abilities, like men, but developing they are autonomously. But all this is just science fiction, at least for now.
Thank you, Giuseppe. I think it's very, very interesting. I have another question that I think is very interesting. It's about privacy. So will be there a safeguard for privacy? Do you think that we could want, sorry, because I lost the question here, could one still have private conversations in a public space? What do you think?
The privacy is a good question, is a very important problem, but I think the problem regarding the privacy, the data privacy, are just addressed from other part. There are in some country the regulation of the data privacy and the data privacy, and these problems are very regulated from law and from regulation from all the country, I think. So for the use of data from the AI algorithm, there are the same questions regarding the data privacy. I think is not the need for think at another question or another addressing another problem for this side of the questions.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you, Marjolaine, for your question. Before I close the session, I would like to do a brief questionnaire with the same question we discussed with Giuseppe that I sent to him that you can see on the screen. So maybe, Melina, you can help me to put the poll on the screen, and we invite you all to respond to this question. Do you support the regulation of AI? Do you believe that there should be oversight of the regulation at the global level? The third question is, what are the key aspects of AI that you consider most needed to be governed at the global level? So I will give you 1 minute to respond to the question, and then we can close our session. Okay. Thank you to reply to our poll. If you still have on your screen, you can respond. Giuseppe, thank you very much. I know that I promised to Giuseppe to stick for 45 minutes. He has an agenda. So I can see that we have more questions on the chat. Of course, I can send the questions to Giuseppe and to put in contact Robert and Marjolene and Victoria to him to respond their questions, if Giuseppe, you agree. And
yes.
Okay, thank you very much. It was a real pleasure to have you here. It was very interesting, and I hope to see everybody in our next meeting. We can put our social media on the screen, so you can follow us on social media, and we post all the events that we have there. So you can maybe Meili, thank you very much. There you have our social media, the warfare list of the warfare list movement on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Also our mail, and on the other side you have the Democracia Global contact. So you can contact me in Democracia Global or the Transnational Working Group. Thank you, Giuseppe, for being with us, and thank you everybody to connect to our event. Hope to see you very soon.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you.